This footage was taken at Piedmont Hospital, Atlanta, Georgia, on my laptop in 2009. It was the first time I had a ulcerative colitis flare-up. I learned two important lessons. I better learn how to manage stress and inflammation. As we experience these difficult times, these challenging times relating to the pandemic, the senseless murders by racists, cops, and predators, and the pain and the hurt pouring in the streets for a better world, this episode is for us who are striving to remain grounded and still breathing deep. Welcome to Weekly Wellness with Lakeisha Thomas Steve. This is episode 5. Stress. Stress is a killer. It can have a very negative effect on the body. This week, I have had my share of news and social media that is revealing the world tragedy we are seeing before our eyes and experiencing in our humanity. And not that I want to ignore what's going on or what my contribution should be in this time that we are in. But one thing that I learned about caretaking is that we cannot be beneficial to our families or our communities if we are sick. We can't help anyone if we are sick. So if you are challenged with your health right now, if you are stressed, emotionally, and physically not well, now is the time to be proactive. And so someone who is challenged with autoimmunity and a hyperimmune system, I know this type of climate makes people like me very vulnerable to flare-ups. And I want to share some of my holistic practices and home remedies. So it's super important to get a grip on stress and anxiety. If you have an autoimmune disorder, the first thing to manage is inflammation. And inflammation can be triggered by stress. Find a self-care ritual that works for you. Don't ignore yourself. Give yourself that time. You give the world a whole lot of time, but give yourself some self-care time. Also remember that if you're not feeling well physically, that you could have some sort of nutritional deficiency. So you want to be taking a multivitamin right now if you are not getting all of your nutrition from meals. Sometimes your body has a way of letting you know it. Like, for example, if I find myself to be very tense in my back and my neck, those are some of my problem areas when I'm stressed out, I know I'd rather get some Epsom salt and take a warm bath like grandmama and them did, okay, and auntie them. But also, I take magnesium as a supplement. Epsom salt is magnesium, but there is a product called Calm that I use, which is a supplement of magnesium. And if you research this, studies have shown, it's been a lot of research done on magnesium, and it's proven to reduce anxiety. So not only that, it's good for supporting a well-rested night. It helps you sleep. It also supports the immune system, and it supports cardiovascular health. It is a beverage that I would give my mom every night because she had a stent in her heart, and so it helped her with her cardiovascular challenges. And so I would also recommend it as an alternative to liquor as a nightcap, because I'm very guilty of that over these stressful times we've been in over the years. But remember that alcohol causes inflammation. Holistic anti-inflammatory aids are very useful. If you are someone who has any autoimmune disorder, then you want to research foods and products that cause inflammation. And you want to take those foods and products off of your shopping and grocery list. It's just best not to even have them in the house. My biggest culprit has been sugar. Sugar is an enemy if you have inflammation. It's very terrible. Just do your research. However, I have a sweet tooth and I hate stevia. So alternatives that I use is coconut sugar, maple syrup, and honey. And even these, substitutes should be used in moderation. When I don't do right, I turn to my holistic aids for anti-inflammatory management. And so the two foundational ones that I use is black seed oil. I love the Ethiopian one, but any black seed oil is black seed oil. The Ethiopian black seed oil has given me so much life. And then I also use turmeric. If you do your research on black seed oil, you will find it has a number of health benefits, but as it relates to autoimmune disorders, it is an anti-inflammatory, it reduces toxins, and it calms the GI tract. It helps the GI tract during flare-ups. Another thing that is my foundational holistic anti-inflammatory aid is turmeric. If you research, there has been a number of studies that prove turmeric reduces, it has many health benefits, but it reduces inflammation. And so I use it in root form. I can juice with smoothies or cook with it. I also use the powder to cook with. And you can find it in supplement form. I get a supplement from Whole Foods which has 400 to 600 milligrams of turmeric, and I found it very useful. Probiotics are super beneficial. I learned about how beneficial they would be to my ulcerative colitis journey in 2009 when I had my first flare. I was given antibiotics, and if you don't know this about antibiotics, it takes all the good bacteria and bad bacteria out of the gut tract. On top of being food poisoned in 2019, the antibiotics added inflammation, and my diet was just terrible. And so the probiotics helped me with putting good bacteria back into my body, and it's become a complete priority on my grocery list. So 2 rock stars on my grocery list is kombucha and also coconut kefir. Oh, that's so good. So starting with kombucha. Kombucha is a beverage. It kind of has a vinegary taste, but they have some really nice brands that, and if you can't deal with the palate, then you can mix with like natural juices like pineapple juice or whatever juice you enjoy that's natural. I particularly like the Kefir brand that is tart cherry and turmeric, because those 2 types also assist with inflammation and digestion. And the coconut kefir, is wonderful with mangoes. That's my non-flare go-to snack. If you don't know the power of mangoes in the digestive system, please do some research. Mangoes has what you call polyphenols, and that helps assist with constipation, and also it helps assist with more effectively than fiber supplements. So if you do some research on mangoes, you'll know that not only do they taste good, they have some wonderful health benefits that support the digestive tract. So thank you for joining me on my 5th episode of Weekly Wellness. These are my foundational tips. Please participate in my upcoming workshop in June. You can see the information below in the link. Just follow my Patreon page and it will give you all the details and instructions on how to Zoom with me in June. Peace and love and wellness with Keisha Thomasine.